a junior explorer. We came in, we followed up the New South Wales survey, who did some great work with the New Frontiers program in northern New South Wales, and they flew magnetics for the first time, northern New South Wales. There's Cobar there. We're up in this area here, and there had been no mineral exploration there at all until the New South Wales government flew that magnetics in 2005. So that's the first time that this area became interesting to explorers. The Cobar area is a great place to be. You have the Endeavour zinc mine there. You've got a copper mine at CSA. You've got a gold mine at Peak, a silver mine at Wonawinta. Pretty much all the metals you could want are in Cobar and are being mined at the moment. You've also got a few development projects underway. So it's a happening place, Cobar. This blue rock is this extent of the blue rock is the interesting where all the mines are. And these rocks are interpreted to extend up into this area by the New South Wales Geological Survey, but they're undercover, and that's why this area hasn't been explored until now. So Thomson picked up some interesting looking magnetic anomalies. Again, magnetics has been highlighted so far in this by Mark, and the original target was Cobar style deposits. All of those ones I've mentioned have magnetic anomalies beside them, and what we found in our exploration to date is we haven't found any Cobar related deposits in that area, but we think we have found an intrusive related gold mineralized field. That's what we think we've got in this area. Now, funnily enough, around about 2005 was about the time that this new category of deposits was being defined and talked about. Intrusive related gold is relatively new, and it occurs worldwide. It's a pipe-like deposit. It's kind of like a porphyry, but these are different kinds of granites. They're not like Cadia Ridgeway. They're not like North Parks or the Macquarie Arc. They're I-type granites, which is they come from deeper in the Earth's crust or mantle. But they do have a very pipe-like shape, so they've got a very small footprint at the top. So they're relatively difficult to find up here, apart from the magnetic signature. But when you get onto them, they go for a long way down, so you can keep mining a long way. They always have gold, but they also have lots of these other things, like tin, tungsten, lead, zinc, silver. And the common way they form, the mineralization forms, is in vein systems, flat-bedded veins, and the veins are usually either on the side or maybe up near the top of the roof of the intrusion. So an interesting kind of deposit, and that's what we think we find. What do they look like elsewhere? Well, they are a very good class of deposit, because when you find one, you often find 1 to 5 million ounce gold deposits. They occur in Alaska and the Yukon, and these are actually, the Alaska and Yukon are the same mineralized belt that just across that border. There's actually a fault on the border, funnily enough, not like New South Wales and South Australia. But they have significant deposits. Donlan Creek is the big one, but there are lots of deposits that are 1 to 5 million ounces. And Queensland's got a couple as well. And they also occur in China and in Siberia. So keep that in mind. And this is their magnetic signature, as is something we've talked about before, is quite distinct. They occur as these. This is in the Yukon, and there's lots of these annular or circular magnetic anomalies, or even spot magnetic anomalies. Now, how many do you think of those are I-type intrusive related gold systems? Anybody hazard a guess? Well, actually, they all are. This is the Brewery Creek 2 million ounce deposit. That's Red Mountain. That's another multi-million ounce deposit. And all of those are advanced projects. Mike Lake, Ida Oro, Golden Predator Mining, all of those projects are in development. So all of those are intrusive related gold I-type systems. Now this is where we are. This is the magnetics that the government flew, and we've actually added some magnetics to that. in the meantime. And this is, as you can see from the scale, about 100 kilometers across. No drilling at all until 2006, so no mineral exploration until very recently. Again, you can see there are discrete magnetic anomalies. These are a little bit smaller than the ones you see in the Yukon because they are actually undercover, as I said before, between 100 to 200 meters of cover. So in Thomson and its precursor companies, Plat Search and Minotaur Compass, that we have combined those assets for, we've drilled a few of these. And how many do you think are mineralized intrusive related granite systems? Well, they all are. Again, same thing. We've got one hole in F16, one hole in F17, 2 holes there, 1 hole there, 1 hole there, and 3 holes in that one. And they're all mineralized. And in 2011, we started hitting some grade. So before, they were just alteration systems with chalcopyrite and galena and sphalerite. Now, in the latest drilling round we did, we're getting some good grades, up to 3.7 grams gold, up to 4% zinc. This really is a new kind of system. And we've done, in the meantime, since we've done that drilling, we've done the geology, found out their I-type granites, dated the granites, and ruled out a Cobar type system because these are older. The granite is older than the Cobar type system, so this is definitely something new, unrecognized in New South Wales to date. This is the rocks we drilled last year, and you can see some of those grades there. So yeah, not to dwell on the geology, we'll move on. Where to next? Well, one of the things, when we started out here, as I said, we were looking for Cobar type targets, those magnetic anomalies with Cobar type signatures. So we ruled out drilling ones that looked like intrusive granites because we knew the Cobar types are not associated with granites. But what we did was we left this one out of our drilling plan. That one is the most lookalike for an I-type intrusive related granite system. It hasn't been drilled. It's under the shallowest cover in that area, only about 100 meters of cover. And it sits on, we know that was mineralized, we know this one is mineralized. It sits on this trend. It's got this granitic signature sitting below it. It looks like it is one of these late porphyries that has that distinctive signature that is associated with gold systems. So that is where we're going to drill next. We need to we've done some ground magnetics recently on that project, and we're going to do some more work to really make sure we hit it properly next time. So where else have we been? So since we've been doing that geology on those I-type intrusion-related gold systems, we realize those are undercover. They're expensive targets to drill. The next program we want to do with those is to target shallower systems which are cheaper to drill. We'll drill RC. In the meantime, we also recognize the Cobar area is a very good place to drill other shallower systems, again with RC. We've picked up a few joint ventures in the meantime. And in fact, we have a private company that actually has come into us to pay for our exploration and pick up some equity in this project here, Byrock. So that's where we're working at the moment. We're spending their money in that area. But we've also got some very good looking projects down near the Mallee Bull discovery that Peel made. We've got on strike from that, we've got this Achilles Turunga project. We've done some drilling and some EM there recently. Again, it's outcropping mineralization. And the Ghost Rider project is also of interest. That's more like Wanawinta, and I think we'll hear a bit about Wanawinta in a minute from Ian. So that's what we've been doing in the meantime. The Achilles project, its Browns Reef is a 20 million ton Cobar type deposit. It's at some depth. The faults run north-south. We've done some drilling, encouraging drilling here at Mount Burry-Thumble. We've done some EM recently. We haven't got the results. The same with Achilles 3. We drilled there for the first time. Nobody drilled there before. We got 0.4% lead there in the first holes at very, very shallow depths, so 4 meters depth. So we're working away on those shallow, cheaper prospects to drill with cobalt type potential. The one in winter, analogy, this is the Mount Jack Fault, so we're up against an extremely important basin margin fault here. We've got a 4-kilometre long anomaly. BHP drilled this back in, I think it was the 80s, and defined quite significant lead in shallow holes up to 40 metres, 1.2% at 14. So a good lead anomaly. PlatSearch, our joint venture partner here, has done some IP, and these are the IP anomalies, and I'll just give you a section through that one there. So again, the old BHP hole is this one, so they got some encouragement in that hole. Well, we want to drill this RC hole here, 250 metres, I think that is, through into the main IP anomaly. That hasn't been tested. So there are opportunities in the Cobra region to drill interesting things at shallow depths cheaply, and that's what we're working towards, an RC drilling program. So that's where we are. Just a bit about Thomson Resources. We have a fairly tight share register. It's not very liquid like Oakland. It's market cap about 4 million, 70 million shares. Tightly, we have our original companies that were involved in the float of Thomson, PlatSearch, and Minotaur are still there, and we also have a strong, experienced board who help us to identify projects and see where we're going. So that's basically all about Thomson I want to say today. Thanks very much.